Welcome to another episode. Today's question is, according to you, how is meditation different from relaxation, thinking, or self hypnosis? How is meditation different from relaxation, thinking, or hypnosis? So, meditation begins when thought is. Actual meditation is when the thought ends, that is the beginning of meditation. Our thought is merely used as a tool in its place in a normal life. Meditation is not different or away from life. Meditation is when self is not. So, if you think it is something apart from life, a portion of life, or apart from life, no, it is not. It is life. Meditation is life. And when there is no ego, when there is no thinking, when the self in the sense of ego is not there, then that is meditation, that is life. Relaxation and self-hypnosis are techniques. Thinking is a process, but meditation is your life. Relaxation and self-hypnosis are techniques. Thinking is a process, but meditation is life. So there was a story, it was about Buddha. Buddha was asked by a man, what form of meditation do you monks use? A person wanted to know what sort of meditation Buddha is using. So he asked Buddha, what form of meditation you monks use? Buddha responded, we sit, we walk, we eat. Man said, we all do that. We all sit, walk and eat. What is the great thing about that? We all do it. It is part of our life. Buddha said, yes, I know that. But when we sit, we are fully aware of sitting. Nothing but sitting. When we are walking, we are fully aware of walking. Nothing but walking. But when we are eating, we are fully aware of eating. This is the story. That implies the whole meaning of meditation. Then we will see some extracts from Krishnamurti's Mind Without Measure. Meditation is the ending of measurement, ending of comparison, completely. So what is measurement? It is thoughts. Thought measures, it compares. So when that ends, that measuring and comparison ends, that is meditation. See what is implied in it, that there is no psychological mark. No trace is left in your heart, in your brain. Tomorrow is the measurement of what is time. Do you understand this? So measurement, comparison and the action of will must end completely. There is no action of will in meditation. Every form, every system of meditation is the activity of the will. What is will? I will meditate. I will sit down quietly, control myself, narrow down my thoughts and practice. All that is the action of desire, which is the essence of will. In meditation, there is no activity of the will. Do you understand the beauty of all this? When there is no measurement, no comparison, no achieving or becoming, there is the silence of the negation of the self. There is no self in meditation. So a mind, a brain, that is an act of meditation is whole. The whole of life is meditation, not one period of meditation when you meditate. Meditation is the whole movement of living. Meditation is the whole movement of living. It is not one portion of your life. It is your whole life. It is the negation of the self. But you have separated meditation from your life. It is a form of relaxation as a drug, taking a drug. People are using it for relaxation, just relaxation. In a particular form of drug, like an entertainment or a drug. You sit half an hour, you get relaxed. If you want to repeat, you repeat Coca-Cola or any other cola which has the same effect to dull the mind. Whereas in meditation there is no measurement. when there is no action of the will and the mind, the brain is entirely free from all systems. This is come out of all systems. It is not repeating a word or anything. Some people do this repetition of words. To repeat any word, the mind becomes dull. So meditation is not that. It is a complete sense of freedom. In that freedom there is absolute order, and that you must have in life. Then in that state of mind there is silence, not wanting, desiring to have a quiet mind. But there is freedom from measurement. In that freedom there is absolute order. There is silence. Thinking. We will see about thinking. Thinking is the base of all. We have seen about meditation. Now we will see about thinking. The questioner has asked about thinking also. Thinking is the base of all cognitive activities or processes and is unique to human beings. It involves manipulation and analysis of information received from the environment. That is, thinking is from the senses. The brain receives information, it analyzes it, processes it. So that is thinking. Thinking is mostly organized and goal directed. Thinking relies on knowledge we already possess. So the brain acts, compare whatever information it receives with what is already stored. It analyzes, compares. That is the brain activity. Then only it gets the results. It happens so fast, but it happens. Thinking relies on knowledge we already possess. Such knowledge is represented either in the form of mental images or words which are stored in your brain. People usually think by means of mental images or words. So, apart from the words, the images are stored. So, any latest information you receive, the brain quickly analyzes with all the stored data, compares and gives the result, which you respond. Then we will see about self-hypnosis. What is self-hypnosis? In self-hypnosis, you hypnotize yourself into believing what you are not. The term self-hypnosis is used to refer to the situation in which a person is giving suggestion to himself or herself. In other words, a hypnotic process is underway anytime a person's attention is focused and the possibilities are offered for their consideration. Let your body relax totally from head to toe. You will awaken feeling of alert and fully rested. Picture in your mind the most relaxed, peaceful place you could imagine. Imagine you can hear your beloved grandmother's voice. If your attention is focused on any of these suggestions, the phenomena of hypnosis tend to ensue. You enter a light trance state. If this is done over a longer period of time, say 10 minutes, you will tend to go deeper level, especially if the gentle music is playing in the background. And if you are listening to a talented storyteller, you can go even deeper. Since you don't have to know what suggestions to use next, the more experienced storyteller, the more deeply you can go into the experience. Relaxation techniques. Relaxation techniques are used to promote lessening of tension, reduction of anxiety, management of pain. So he asked about relaxation techniques also. Relaxation is entirely different. It is used to reduce anxiety, tension and pain. Physiological effects include a decrease in pulse rate, respiratory rate and oxygen consumption, carbon dioxide production and elimination, blood pressure, metabolic rate and muscle tension. Additionally, relaxation can cause peripheral vasodilation and increased peripheral temperature. Relaxation techniques include full body relaxation, color exchange, in which a discomfort is given a color and eliminated, and listening to the restful music or meditative sounds. Such techniques are helpful in many situations in which such persons are tense, in pain, highly stressed or anxious. They can be useful in the treatment of asthma, hyperventilation, high blood pressure, Raynaud's disease, headache and peptic ulcers. Though varied techniques have several features in common, some of the methods are rhythmic breathing, reduced muscle tension and alerted state of consciousness. some of the effects, sorry, not the methods. In the later, relaxed person sinks into alpha level of consciousness, which falls between full consciousness and unconsciousness. In this state, though the thought process becomes less logical and more associative and creative. Hence, one is more receptive to positive suggestions and better able to concentrate on a single mental image or idea. Apart from returning from the alpha state of consciousness to full consciousness, one feels rested and more alert. So this is about the relaxation. So we have seen the differences between the relaxation, thinking, meditation. So all this is a questionnaire I'll ask, what is the difference between meditation, relaxation techniques, thinking and self-hypnosis. We have seen all the basic definitions about this and the details about this. Not great detail, but small details about this. So meditation is so important because rest of the things are part of life. If you have specific problems, you can do that, to go to an expert and do it, a doctor and do it. But meditation is your life. It is not just part of your life, it is your whole life. So with this, we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Thank you.